Hi guys, Queen of Flannel here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I have a new set of goodies to share with you guys. I had no idea that these were coming out until I saw someone post about them, but Castle Arts has a brand new set of 48 premium pastel tint pencils. So we're going to unbox these, open them up, show you guys what they look like, talk a little bit about them in comparison to a couple other pencils that I have pulled out for this, and then I will bring the camera in and we will swatch them. So let's go ahead and see what we've got here. I saved these for you guys. They actually came yesterday and I left them in their box, in their plastic packaging, which is probably blinding you guys right now. But I wanted to open them with you guys. Of course, I did not. Let me grab my scissors real quick. Maybe we will get to see what these pencils look like if I can get them out of the plastic. But yeah, I had no idea that they were coming out with a new set. So first off, apologies for the lighting and the glare on that. Let me see if I can tip this so you guys can get better. That cover art on this tin is gorgeous. So that's a plus right off the bat. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I will also leave a link to these down below. I'll leave a couple links down below. I got mine off Amazon, but you might be able to get them off their website as well. So let's open these up. Let's see what we've got. Also want to just preface this by saying this is not going to be a review. I want to use these first before I, offer up any kind of opinions in that direction. I do have the 120 set of their regular, the soft touch colored pencils. I also have their watercolored pencils. I don't use them as much anymore as I did when I first started getting back into adult coloring. But, alright, let's see what we've got here. So, as always, Castle Arts includes a whole bunch of little goodies. Oh, you know what? I had my Ruby Charms book out, and I was gonna swatch them in that. I didn't realize that it came with a little tester swatch sheet. So we're gonna use this because it'll fit better on my desk, and they're already written out, so I don't have to do it. Cool. And then it can just live in the Ruby Charms swatch book. So big book of swatch charts can go over here. This is a pretty sizable booklet here that they have included with this. Usually they have the little leaflet like this, and there's usually projects inside the booklet that you can attempt to recreate, which like this. So this is the cover art, and it walks you step by step through how to recreate this, down to gives you the pencils that you need, which is pretty cool. These come in pretty much all of their sets is some kind of recreate this project using our product, which is cool. I like that. So we've got that. We've got the tester sheet, color and product guide. So this has a list of all of their products in here. And actually, I was just looking at this. So I actually don't have the soft touch colored pencils. I have the what I'm assuming are the, nope, they are the soft touch. I lied. This is what happens when you have too many pencils, you guys. So I have the soft touch pencils, and apparently there is a gold range of color pencils, which I do not have. And then, of course, they have gouache, oil paints, acrylic paints, watercolor paints, fabric paints, gel pens, sketchbooks, all sorts of fun stuff. So the gold color pencils, no, we're not going to talk about that. That's another video. We're here to talk about pastel pencils. Let's see what's, just real quick, I just want to see what's on this, in this book. Just basic information about this particular set of pencils. Wow, this was really like in depth. Right down to how to hold your pencils. Is this so? Okay, it says here, it's got something in here about pebbles. Is this saying I can use these to draw on rocks? After drawing with colored pencils onto hard surfaces, protect your drawing by applying a coat of varnish. Interesting. So more projects in here. It also gives you a tint wheel, which is pretty cool. So it shows you your primaries, your secondaries, your tertiaries in relation to this specific set. Cool. All right, let's look at the pencils. These are gorgeous right off the bat. Very pretty. So let me just take this one out here. This is Savannah, one of the green pencils, and I have one of my other Castle Arts pencils here on my desk from the soft touch set. So right off the bat, I mean, you can see the similarities in the design. It's got the little silver, which is their kind of their decorative little accent here. The cores look, or yeah, not the cores, the wood casing looks pretty similar to the soft touch pencils. The big difference, obviously, with these two that I see right off the bat is that the soft touch, the whole pencil, is colored to match the core, which is pretty similar to, these have a very, I thought I pulled one out here, but I did not. This has a very polychromos, Faber-Castell polychromos look to the design of this. Color name and number on the barrel. They feel nice. A little, this is a slicker finish on these than on the soft touch. This is a pretty matte coating on this barrel, which I like. It doesn't feel like it's gonna slide around in my hands, but this is definitely a little bit more of a slicker surface on this. 2 trays. I like that it's got the little strings and not just here, stick your fingers in these and pull the tray out. So that's nice. Does not want to go back. Doesn't want to go back in the tin, which isn't really going to matter for me because I am actually going to take these out of the tin and put them in with the rest of my Castle Art. So yeah, trade, not so easy to get back in here or out. 2 trays, which do not enjoy going in and out of the tin. And you know what? I like the tin for this so much that even though I'm going to take the pencils out, I'm going to keep the tin. I'll find other things to put in there. All right. We're not going to fuss with this anymore. Let's swatch these. So I'm going to bring the camera in so you guys can get a little closer, and we will use the swatch sheet that came with the pencils. Okay, so first thing I noticed right off the bat is these are in here backwards. So this is Orchid White over here, and this is Savannah. So I don't know if that's just my set. Not a huge deal, because obviously by looking at it I could tell that this one over here is not Orchid White. Another thing I just noticed is I pulled this out of the box, and we'll see how that goes as we get through the rest of them. So my Orchid White, I can barely read this, and I mean, you guys aren't going to be able to see it on camera, but it doesn't quite look like it was painted on here correctly or etched on here correctly. The rest of them look fine, but for whatever reason this one looks like, and that's the name of the pencil and the number. So all right, let's get to swatching. And obviously I have not sharpened these first. I recommend sharpening your pencils before you swatch them, but since I just opened them, we're just gonna go for it. This is a very light cream. I'm interested to see how this looks on some of the other colors, because I can't really see it. The pencils so far, just from this initial pass over, they glide across the paper really nicely. But the pencil, it's super weird. They glide across the pencil or paper pretty smoothly, but the pencils themselves feel kind of hard. And I wouldn't even say like polychromos level of I'm not a super pencil aficionado here, so they lay down pretty nice, but if you have issues with your hands, these might not be something that you would want to use like long term. Held that point pretty well though. So that was Orchid White. And next we have Mimosa. I love the color names. This is okay. All right, hold up. Oops. They don't go across, they go down. I was expecting it to go across, and that's not how it works, which, that's okay. Now we know. Yeah, I know these are supposed to be like lighter pigment colors because they're pastels, but you do have to press quite hard to, if you really want a vibrant color. And that might be something that I test out and see how they layer. I don't know if I'm gonna do that on camera though. But maybe my my color in chat this week will find a project and use these. So this next one is saffron. That is, you know what? I don't know if it's gonna look this way on the video. OBS sometimes doesn't reflect what the video actually looks like, but it looks neon on my computer screen. This is a pretty color. Yeah, these are definitely on the harder side. And next we have Magnolia. It's a nice color selection though from what I've seen. These definitely, I think, for me, are going to be a special project type pencil. I don't know if I will be able to use these on a regular basis. I have a hard time with some of the harder pencils with my wrists. That is a gorgeous color. I'm also noticing some of them are a little smoother than others, which I find with some of my other pencils as well. Certain colors just have a different feel to them. Like this one went down pretty smooth compared to like some of my lighter colors up here. This would also probably be a good set if you do portraits, possibly combining these with pencils in another set, or even the other Castle Arts pencils. This set has some really nice portrait looking colors in it. Petunia Pink. This one looks more orange than pink, but I'm just trying to make sure that still in camera here. This one is a little scratchier, I think, than this one over here. These would probably be fun in Hannah Carlson books. I feel like her books lend themselves to pastel. Alright, so Coral Blush. This one is definitely a smoother feeling pencil. Like, I don't feel like I'm having to, like, to fight with this one. Coral Blush. Blushing Rose. This one looks pretty similar to... These two look pretty similar. This one, I don't know if you... Yeah, on the camera you can see the difference, but looking at it sitting on my desk, the hint of pink between the two of these is pretty slight. And next is Amaryllis. And Foxglove. Oh, that's a pretty pink. And I am pushing fairly hard compared to how I actually color. I am a slow colorist in terms of colored pencils. I tend to work in layers, so it takes me forever to finish things. This next one is Peach Cream, and this one is definitely a harder, scratchier pencil. So it seems to be that a lot of these like lighter colors, like the Orchid White, the Magnolia, and this super light Peach Cream are a little bit harder of a laydown than some of the more pigmented colors. Snow Waffle is this next color. This one feels a little rougher too. So it could be like a lighter color, lighter pigment dealio with this set. This is gonna be a challenge, I think, for me using this set. I tend to go more for brighter, more vibrant colors, so maybe that will be something I do later on in the month, is challenge myself to do an entire picture in just the pastel tint pencils. And next we have Cream Rose. This one looks a little more olive on my screen, but on my desk, it reminds me more of like a root beer, the color of a root beer float when the ice cream starts to melt. That super light colored like tan that you get. Apricot Twist. In this color, the Apricot Twist looks fairly similar to the Cream Rose, just a little, with like a little hint of pink or red in it, a little hint of blush. And Candy Tuft. These are really gorgeous colors. And the names. I love the names. And Inca Gold. Oh, that's in an interesting color. And a much smoother laydown on this pencil. Alright, let me adjust here so I get this next side in here for you. And next we have Begonia. So we're getting into the greens now. And I am kind of, I'm going back side to side and up and down. I kind of want to see how they handle being used messily. They seem to blend out pretty well, at least like with each other. Like as I go back and forth, like I'm able to get rid of, you know, those edges where I had the up and down strokes with the side to side. So that's nice. You can be a little sloppier, I guess, with these. At least on this paper. Obviously, you know, you'd want to mess with them maybe on a tester sheet in whatever book, because different paper will handle different pencils in a different fashion. Not that I color like that frequently, but I'm just curious to see how these do. This is cowslip. First I thought it said cowlip. And sunflower. Juniper lime. Daylily. This one's a little scratchier. Savannah. It's a nice muted, almost looks like a mint color, very like muted mint. All right, and on to, sorry about that, tray 2. So let's see. Yeah, mine are backwards. So we start backwards on this one too. So I don't know, that's super weird, because lime coral is over here, and it ends at Well, these are actually in, well, you guys can't see it, but my last two pencils are backwards, so I'll have to be careful of that. All right, so these next two, this lime coral, that's very neon. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. My husband poked his head into the office to ask me a question. So, Jasmine is our next one. And now we've got green flower. Angelic. Oh, okay. So, keep this in the back of your heads. I am actually. All right, hold on a second here. All right. So my pencils are completely out of order, not just backwards in the tin. So my next color should be what is this? Viridi, and the next one in the tin here was actually Angelica. So keep that in mind when you are swatching, so that you make sure that you get the right pencil in the right spot. Especially if you're using the swatch sheet that comes in the tin. So I'm just gonna put this back where it is, where it came from. And then my next color is Bayberry. And I'm gonna swap these around. All right, so this one is Viridi. And those as far as I can get them. So we have Jade. And Periwinkle. This one's a scratchier pencil. Delphinium. blue poppy. Blue daisy. Blue mist. All right, so we went from creative names to a whole bunch of just slap blue in the front of it. Blue mist. And Lobelia. I have no idea how to pronounce this. I'm assuming it's some sort of plant or flower. Bluebell, Larkspur, Hydrangea, Wisteria, Tickle Pink. This one was Camellia, Jelly Bean, Pearl, no, these are backwards. So, Winterberry, and Peach Rose is our last one. Okay, so that's everything swatched out. I am going to, let's see. Let's flip this over and mess around with this on the back. Let's take, I just want to, actually, you know what? Let me, because I have them on my desk, let me try this with a couple of the oranges. So I'm gonna take, the blushing rose and the almond rose, and I just kind of want to see how these blend together with each other. And then since I have a couple of the orange soft touch pencils on my desk, see how they do. So I went in, oh my goodness, it looks like neon on my my computer screen. I'm interested to see how that looks when I actually pull it into Filmora. Alright, so let me just take this orange into the lighter color. I am pressing pretty hard. Now, I also pressed hard when I did my initial laydowns. Normally that's not how I color. I start in light layers and build up, but I just want to see how much pressure I have to apply to these to blend them together. So, you get a little bit of wax bloom coming off of those. They seem to hold a point relatively well. So, this is actually, I actually really like the way this has worn down. Because then you have your flat side that you can use to fill in larger areas, and you also have a pointed side, so if you wanted to then just flip your pencil around and do some like detail work, you've still got that side. I'm not really sure how I feel about this blending, and it could be just because this isn't typically the way. I don't know. I'm not sure. If I go around these edges and see here. Alright, so let's try it with the pastel tint. I'm gonna try a little bit lighter this time. I'm gonna try it with the pastel tint and one of the soft touches. That's actually not bad. If you work in lighter layers. They blend pretty well with the other the soft touches. So that opens up some possibilities. Like, I'm not gonna say that this set is limited in terms of its color choices, because it's a pastel set. You know, it's not gonna have bright, vibrant reds. So you may find yourself struggling to, you know, if you're like me and you use 3 or more colors to you know, to highlight and shade with, you might find yourself feeling like this set lacks a little bit in some color areas. I mean, you really only have in terms of pinks 3, and one of them borders on, like, 2 of them border on a purple. But knowing that if you wanted to pull from other sets, or use if you have the Castle Art soft touches, that they work well together, that you have that option. I mean, that's a good thing to know, that they play nicely with other pencils. So my first thoughts are, for a pastel set, the colors are really pretty. I'm not sure about this one. I'm not. That one's not screaming at me as belonging with the set. It looks a little too neon for my liking, but I'm not gonna complain about it. There is some variation between or across the pencils in terms of smoothness of laydown. It seems to be in the lighter colors that are a little harder and scratchier to get an initial layer down, whereas some of the darker, more pigmented colors seem to have a smoother initial laydown. They appear, from just my first real base, you know, messing around with it, to layer pretty well. I could definitely find a place for these in, you know, in my art and in my work. Probably not as like a main, like, by themselves. I would probably use them with other things. But I mean, for the price, let me double check on this, which is really bad and shows you that I impulse bought these, that I don't remember how much I paid for them. This set, the tin of the 48, was $34.99 US on Amazon. It also looks like Castle Art is doing a promotion, buy 2 or more and save. So if you wanted to get these and you know, maybe a couple of their other smaller sets, there is an option for you. There is also a I'm not going to say a bigger set. I actually felt like this was a little misleading. So I bought the 48 set tin, and then I saw in Emily Illustrator's Discord that Corey from Colorfully Optimistic had gotten hers, and she got the set that was in the typical, the Castle Arts, the black zipper case, and it said 50 plus on it. And so I was like, oh, well, is there another set with more pencils in it? Am I missing something? Are they extra colors of what's already in this set? And so I did a little digging and went through Amazon, and it is not actually 50 plus pencils in that set. It is still the 48 colors that are in the tin, but it comes with some extra goodies. I think it comes with like a sketchbook, and I'm trying to find it on Amazon so I can tell you guys what exactly it comes in. Because yeah, I was a couple seconds when I saw that from canceling my order, thinking, well, not that I needed the bigger set, and then I was kind of like, that's really kind of odd that the next set up would have like 2 more pencils in it. So it did throw me initially when I saw it. And it says in the description that it's 48 pencils. The case says 50 plus premium quality pastel tint set. And that one comes with the tester sheet, a 6-part tutorial, a handbook, and 3 sketch pads, it looks like, on Amazon. And it was that was like $10 more than just the 48 set. So there are 2 versions of this available. One of them is the tin, and the other is in a zipper case that comes with some extra goodies. It does not come with extra pencils. So since I initially was kind of what, I thought I would pass that on to you guys. So if you would like to see me use these in a project, let me know in the comments. If you want something more in depth, let me know if there's anything specific that you want to see, anything additional that you want to know about with these pencils, and I'll do my best to, answer any questions. I'm not a pencil pro. And yeah, I think that they will definitely be a nice addition to my set. And so with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, please feel free to drop me a like, a sub, hit the bell to get notified when I post additional content, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.